Hey, it's Joseph here. When I first reached out to MSI to review more student and budget business oriented laptop, they sent me a laptop to review that is being worked right now. And in fact, I am doing a laptop battery test right there. So they sent me that laptop, which is a modern series 14-inch laptop, which I think is a great laptop for its price. However, they also sent me another laptop. So this is another laptop that they sent for another review, and this is a slightly different one than what I had previously reviewed. And on the box it's pretty apparent that it has been reviewed multiple times. This is a review unit, so basically they send it out to reviewers like myself and then have them test their laptops and showcase to you guys. It's seemingly boxed up multiple times, taped up multiple times, so it's a pretty good hint that we can't really expect this to be in a pristine condition, but let's go ahead and open. And as I say to all videos, whilst I am provided with this review unit, I'm not told to say anything specific. I have requested this specific review unit so that it is more suitable for students and more budget-oriented business people. Typically, I get a little bit confused when a student reaches out on YouTube saying, what's the best laptop for student purposes? One, I don't know whether they're asking for architectural student purposes versus just regular college or maybe high school student. If it is a case, I think the first thing that I want to set out is the budget. I don't imagine students have necessarily a high budget. I would even think they're below or around $1,000 range. So I think the highest point that I would go for as a student is like $1,500. Sometimes they leave a comment saying if $3,000 laptop is suitable for student purpose. Yeah, you can probably do all the things that you want it to do, but do you really want to spend $3,000 on a laptop? I don't know. I personally wouldn't for student purposes especially, but if that's not a concern for you, then yeah, go ahead. A case, nice touch. And the charger box, let's crack this one open first. So apparently there is a dongle included, and it looks like it's a Type-C port hub that is manufactured by MSI. So I suppose this is usually included. That's nice to have. It's MSI branded, USB-C and micro USB for what? It's got Ethernet port on one side, SD card, micro SD card reader, and then USB 3.0, two of them in here. And then you can also link it with micro USB. I think that is to push a bit more power for this hub if it is necessary. It's good that they have included that, so just in case you need Ethernet port or SD card reader, there's your solution there. I guess it is not included on a laptop, that is to see. Anyways, the rest is the charger, USB-C on the other end, and so the maximum is 4.5 amperes and 20 volt. So what is that in wattage? 80, 90, 100 watts. So that is quite a lot for a charger like this. USB-C charger it comes with. So let's put that aside. And again, like a nice sleeve that it came with. And it's got a little flap that you can put it together. I'll put the laptop in here and test it. When it comes to student laptop, I think the budget is a key because you're already spending a lot of money for the school purposes, yet you don't want to spend a lot more, but also you want to get a machine that is adequate for your purposes. For regular college students, they don't necessarily require high performance laptops unless you're trying to fit gaming somewhere in there. So purely for study reasons, yeah, I don't think you need a performance machine in any way. So that's when sort of the budget student laptop comes in handy. Whereas for architectural purposes, you need a little bit more performance. And you gotta have a little bit more graphics horsepower. And the one that I had reviewed, Modern 14, whilst it's good for regular college purposes, if you wanna do a little bit of graphics tasks or do some rendering on the side, you gotta have the dedicated graphics card. Supposedly this one has it. Here is a white box. Usually on the back of it they tell you what spec that I've got. It's a Prestige 14 A10SC SKU. Color is white. LED panel of 14-inch. I prefer going much smaller for school purposes because you're gonna carry around everywhere. I mean, you don't really go to school nowadays, you kind of do it remotely, but if you're jumping between classes, you're going to be carrying it around. You don't want to carry around something heavy and bulky. You want to carry something that is small but long lasting. So 14-inch is much more preferable than anything bigger than that, and it is full HD anti-glare IPS level 60 Hz. So pretty much on the spot. You really don't need anything more than full HD, the 1080p on 14-inch screen. You really can't tell the difference. For the CPU, it is Core i7-1071OU processor. For VGA, you've got NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 with 4GB of GDDR5. So this one actually has graphics card that can handle some graphics performance. For the storage is 520GB of SSD, RAM is 16GB, and then it's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth combo with Windows 10 Professional. Again, that's a good touch because sometimes on these budget-oriented machines you don't necessarily get the professional version of Windows. And then the battery is 52.4 watt-hour 3-cell battery. So we can expect some good battery mileage with this one as well. So let's go ahead and open this. I'm seeing this for the first time as well. And underneath it, there's a warranty and the red dragon as always. And it is white. It is pure white. It looks quite good on camera. So it's got silver dragon logo, and underneath it we're gonna see similar design as the modern series, just perforated air vent but rubber feet, and similar design on the back as well. So there's rubber feet here on the hinge and the back of the screen as well. So we're kind of seeing similar body design. For comparison, so here is the modern 14 and here is the Prestige 14, black, white. And in terms of design, they look exactly the same. And I can say pretty much the same thing about the ports, except this one doesn't have barrel plug, which is a good news for me. And because I do sort of the close-up shots with the laptops and some of the products that I review on this studio, guys at GVM, great video maker, have reached out to me if I want to showcase their products. So they have sent me a camera slider, which is a one that allows you to mount your camera and then basically do a slide, the smooth slide motion with it. So what came inside of the box is actually this slider here. In the center, it has a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch thread here, so you can mount a ball head or camera directly, something like this, so that I can control the angle of the camera as well. So I would just put that on there, and then you can just mount onto any sort of tripod with all of these selection of holes that you have here. And then also on the side there are different holes, so you can also mount it vertically, although I think I'll be a bit weary about camera sliding up and down, and I don't have a tripod that is that sturdy, so I wouldn't really trust it. But if you choose to do so, you can do that. And there is a little feet that you can fold out with the rubber feet. That way you can just rest it on the table as well. So that way you can just have a tabletop condition, and these actually come out as you thread them out so that you can make sure they are level. So in my case there's a little bit of wobble, so I can just adjust that. So I can make sure that is completely level by just adjusting the feet, and I can just undo this blue knob here, and then the slider becomes really smooth. So I can mount the camera on top and then basically slide around. And with that technique you can get shots like this. Pretty sweet, isn't it? So let me get back to the laptop bit. So let's look at the port of this laptop. We can expect similar things on this side of the laptop. Starting from the right side of the laptop, we can see a headphone jack and then 2 USB-A ports. And on the back, nothing except the little rubber feet behind the screen for it to go all the way down. And moving on to the other side, there's 2 USB-C ports and they are both Thunderbolt. There is a power indicator and then there's a charging indicator and then micro SD card. And the front, again, nothing except the little notch for you to lift up the screen with. And what we see inside is a little bit different from the modern on the keyboard layouts and also the trackpad. It's good to see that a larger trackpad and then with the fingerprint sensor on one corner, which we didn't see on the modern. And then the keyboard layout is pretty much the same except the function key has moved to the left side. And then here we're seeing the webcam and I see another hole next to the webcam, so I'm assuming that is a IR camera, Windows Hello. So again, there's another security measure. So fingerprint sensor, IR camera, therefore more security, more businessy. It just lifts it off and then for additional airflow and then better ergonomics for typing experience. And then it actually does another thing of hiding your thick chin underneath the screen. The body to screen ratio is again the same, 14-inch and 16:9, and then this is also full HD. I don't think it's worth going 4K, although that option is available for you. So on this machine is slightly higher grade than the modern series that we were seeing. So it's got total of 6 cores and 12 threads. So we can certainly expect better CPU performance on this one as well. That it's got NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 with Max-Q variant. So it is slightly clocked less than regular 6050. Yes, it has graphics card. You cannot expect it to perform doing really heavy tests. So as I was editing the review portion of this video, there are a few things that I kind of missed out. So I just kind of wanted to fill that in. First of all, the battery life is quite amazing on this machine. If I do heavy tests, it's gonna last about 2 hours. But then if you just do the light test, then it's gonna last you at least 8 hours or so. And then I left it on idle and just have the laptop on like this for a long time. It was lasting about 10 hours and then it was just down to 50% from 100. So I just kind of gave up at that point, but you can expect all day battery life out of this machine. So let me go ahead and play some sound so we can test out the speakers. Up the volume. So there is a speaker. I'll leave the judgment to you. And something that this laptop is really distinguished from the modern series is the fact that it has Thunderbolt charging. So you can take any of the USB-C power delivery ports and then expect this laptop to charge with it. So it means versatility and you can charge it anywhere, and the charger is going to be much smaller than the other ones that you have to carry for other type of laptops. And the screen certainly has a good color accuracy. You can certainly go to the Creator Center and then look at what sort of color mode that you are in. You can choose from Gamer, NT Blue, sRGB, Designer, Office, and Movie mode. And it shows pretty good color. Let me just test it out with a short clip. And even in the brightly lit environment like this one, it is not struggling to show the image. It is having this anti-reflection coating and it seems pretty good. And this one basically covers 100% sRGB, so it's pretty good to have, especially when you're working on color related tasks. And the overall size of the laptop is pretty small. It is really light. It does feel somewhat metallic, but Just tapping on it reveals the fact that it is plastic, but because of that, it is pretty light. And then the screen ratio is quite on point with the thin bezels all around. Again, the bottom chin is going to get tucked in underneath the keyboard side. So overall, it gives you a good amount of screen real estate. And in terms of build quality, it also seems quite good, as this is a traditional clamshell laptop and you expect to just kind of be able to open and start working, and it seems to deliver that. And then the trackpad is really constructed well. It has a very good sturdiness and it is kind of smooth to touch because of the glass top. So I really like the feel of the touchpad. It's just the fact that it is just a bit too wide. Therefore, if you rest your right hand on it, you're gonna end up pressing the trackpad, therefore causing a click on your cursor. But that is same on other type of MSI laptops so far. So I guess that's just a caveat of having wider trackpad. It works really well, multi-gestures really work. And on the top left corner, there is a fingerprint sensor, which is gonna add you the security benefit of those things. And if you're concerned about security, you can also benefit from the IR camera that it has. So on the top bezel here, it's really thin, but there is a camera for Windows Hello functionalities. So if you're type of students who's looking to do some graphics related tasks such as Photoshop or some video editing, and then some architectural work, the 3D design, some rendering, and also if you're type of business person who does that sort of thing, then this laptop seems to be the right fit for you. So let's talk price. So in terms of price, it is $13.99, and if it goes on the sale, it's gonna come further down. And if that is the case, then you're looking at pretty good deal, as you got thin and light, and it is capable of doing some graphics tasks as well. Long-lasting battery, you can count on it. I would definitely recommend this for anyone going into school who's needing to do some of those tasks. So with that, if you have liked this content, please like and subscribe to my channel for content like this. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.